Okay, what is this right here, you guys? Cerebrum, and it has gray matter, and that gray matter is the cerebral cortex. Okay, and then what the heck is this big line right down the middle?
Longitudinal fissure.
Longitudinal fissure. And then this is the cerebellum. It's not part of the cerebrum, and there is a slot here, and that's the transverse fissure. Exactly. Now, just real quick, we'll do the lobes real fast first so everybody sees them. And I'll do them first with this one, okay? We'll skip the insula for now. This is frontal lobe, right? What's this one?
Parietal. Occipital.
Temporal. Okay? Now, between the temporal and parietal is a sulcus right here. What's that, guys?
Lateral.
Lateral sulcus, right. Okay? Lateral sulcus. You guys see that okay? We're okay with that? So lateral sulcus. On this model, it's not these slots over here. That's artifact. That's for the model cut. Okay? It's just this part right here. Now there's sulcuses are narrow or small. Don't go real deep. Okay? They're not as deep as fissures. Okay, so there's a sulcus, the only sulcus that travels from the lateral and makes it all the way to the longitudinal fissure is this one right here. And what's that called, guys?
Central sulcus.
Central sulcus. Central sulcus. And it divides the frontal from the parietal lobe. Okay? So this side is frontal lobe on the central sulcus, this side is parietal. Now the hills are gyruses. What's this one in red that's just anterior to that central sulcus called?
Precentral.
Precentral gyrus. That's your motor. And then the one that's posterior to it? Postcentral gyrus. That's sensory. Okay? So those are your gyruses. Okay. The only lobe that we left out is if you take that temporal lobe and that parietal lobe and you spread it, there is this right here, and that's called insula. The insula. And you can see it here too. The insula, right here. Okay. On the bottom of that frontal lobe is this right here, and what's this thing? Olfactory bulb. And then this is the olfactory tract. Olfactory bulb and tract. Okay. And then this is a mid-sagittal section. What's this? It's hard for an old man to get down and pick something up like that. What's this thing right here?
Corpus callosum.
Corpus callosum. And here it is right here. See this thing right here? That's corpus callosum. Okay? Right there. Okay. In here you can see these things here that are fluid. And what's those, you guys?
Lateral ventricles.
So those are the lateral ventricles in there. Okay? And we're going to take this off here. Okay. And so those are your lateral ventricles. Okay. Remember again, what's this big white one?
Corpus callosum.
See this little white one here below it? What's that?
Fornix.
Fornix. And now see this tan area between the corpus callosum and fornix? What's that, you guys?
Septum pellucidum.
Septum pellucidum, right there, septum pellucidum. This here would represent the fornix right here, okay? And this is where the corpus callosum was. And there would be a connection between the two that would be the septum pellucidum. It would be this little ridge, okay? Sits there like that, okay? Now, what's this blue stuff right here?
Choroid plexus.
Choroid plexus. See that blue stuff right there? Choroid plexus. That's what makes the CSF. Okay. Reach over behind you, anybody from the second bench, and hand me that model for the, not that one, the ventricle model. Yeah. Yeah. So here's a model of the ventricles. Okay. You can see the lateral ventricles, and they're going to empty into this. Here is going to be the third ventricle. And the pink stuff on this model all represents choroid plexus. Okay. All choroid plexus. The last thing is, again, here's those ventricles. On one of these, this one side comes off. Remember, that's insula. That's just the cortex, just that gray matter right there. But all this other stuff that's deeper to it is gray matter nuclei in here. And so this is what, you guys?
Basal nuclei.
Basal nuclei. the basal nuclei. So you have it on both sides like that. Okay. What structure of what bone does the olfactory bulb sit on?
Ethmoid, cribriform plate.
Of the ethmoid, cribriform plate of the ethmoid, right. What forms the roof of the lateral ventricles? The corpus callosum. See how kind of the lateral ventricles here, that would be the roof. What is in the corpus callosum? Yeah, what type? What color is it?
White.
White. So it's myelinated axons, and it's communicating between the two hemispheres. So you have myelinated axons in there. You don't have any gray stuff in there. We okay with this station?
Yep.
Okay, good. Let's go.